What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Sports TV, and I am back with another video. I'll post a link to this from 3kingsboxing.com in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. But it appears that the winner of this weekend's vacant WBC welterweight title fight between Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter already have their next two opponents mapped out. Not to say a specific opponent, but there are four names that will indeed potentially get a shot. The former WBC champion Keith Thurman, the winner of the Yordenis Ugas, and I forget the other guy name, fight for the secondary spot, or Andre Berto, who just got a victory over Devin Alexander last month. So that is not good news for people who were expecting to see the winner face Errol Spence, because the fighters have come out and said that that is what's being lined up. But I caution you not to rush to judgment. I think that we've seen in the past these situations get played out, where the governing body allows an exception for an undisputed or unification fight to take place over a mandatory. And that is what I expect, especially with Mauricio Suleiman involved. He loves money. He loves money, and a fight between Garcia and Porter versus Errol Spence in the unification bout brings him a lot of money. And plus, Al Heyman, who just re-upped with Showtime and Fox, has deep pockets. So a little money can definitely sway Mauricio Suleiman, who's a fucking crook. But, if he has to be a little crooked to allow the fight we want to see, or one of the fights at welterweight we want to see, then so be it, because these fights are way more important than him making title defenses, or the winner making title defenses against anybody except maybe Keith Thurman. And then again, it still would trump that, because Keith Thurman, still holds the WBA welterweight title. So, he's still very much alive and relevant and involved in the landscape of 147. But people gonna hear this and be like, oh, here you go, here you go. Another way for these motherfuckers to avoid Errol Spence Jr. and not fight him. But like I said, Mauricio Suleiman is a guy, excuse me, that can be swayed by money. You see how he's kissing Canelo Alvarez's ass after they had the little beef ahead of last year's fight between himself and Gennady Golovkin. So, if he's fond of you, or, he has your respect, and if the money is right, he definitely will find a way to readjust the guidelines and the rules that were put in place by the WBC. And honestly, I hope that is the case. No disrespect to, Yordenis Ugas, Keith Thurman, Andre Berto, or whoever else may be in the running. Nobody want to see that. We need to start seeing clarity at 147, and the only way to see that clarity start to happen is to have these guys face each other in unification bouts, or the top contenders face each other. So you got Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, Terrence Crawford, and Errol Spence Jr. as the top dogs at 147. So we need to see these guys face each other. We don't really need to see mandatory, fights, unless it absolutely has to be no other choice. Whether one of these guys got injured, or it is just to settle, to obligate that and get it out the way ahead of a big fight between the names I just mentioned. There's no need to continue to prolong these fights at all, because it's not doing the fans justice, or the fighters especially justice. It's just wasting a lot of time that don't need to be wasted, and need to get right down to the middle of, these fights happening, so we can declare who is indeed the actual best 147 pounder in the world, and not just speculate and give our prediction on who it is. We want to see these fights happen, and these fights definitely need to happen. No ifs, ands, buts about it. And I think that when it's all said and done, if what, Shawn Porter and Kenny Porter and all the people that's close to these fighters have been saying about Errol Spence being next for the winner of this weekend's fight, I think that is a fight we'll see beginning of 2019. And then the mandatories can get settled however they get settled. But right now, be as it may, this is the situation. We just have to wait and see. But I think that it's going to play out favorable for the fans when it's all said and done. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Give me your thoughts on this. Do you feel that this is another way for these fighters to duck Errol Spence, although that this is the guidelines for the fighters that's winning a vacant title? They must make consecutive, title defenses. Or do you think Mauricio Solomon, the crook, will make an exception for the winner to face Errol Spence Jr. in their next fight? If you like this video, hit that like button. If you enjoy the content throughout the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell button to be notified every time I upload content. Shout out to everybody in the movement that is moving with us. Shout out to the LDBC. Be sure to check out 3kingsboxing.com for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, and unbiased boxing news and information reported the way it should be. If you want to donate to the channel to help improve it, my Venmo is down in the description below, as well as my other social media links and my YouTube channel I do with Callie and CJ from the Boxing Clinic and more. Man, and till next time, I am out. Peace.